Oh boy.
We're also heavily into conspiracies.
Right.
So.
I love conspiracy theories.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go down there.
Yeah, what's your
next.
favorite conspiracy?
After we talk about my family.
Yeah, finish
There we
your
go, yeah.
bar mitzvah story,
No, that's
whatever the fuck.
basically. I've been to Dallas, 3 times. That's the
Okay.
only times. That's the only place in Texas I've been to. And the last time I went because we got invited to go to a Cowboys football game.
Oh my God. Have you ever seen what is it? The Cowboys cheerleaders?
The Cowgirl.
No.
What?
Wait, this is a football team, right?
Yeah.
What about that? The Cowboys, the cheerleaders, the Dallas
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
cheerleaders.
famously
That's what
hot
they're
cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
called. Yeah. Have you ever seen the Netflix documentary?
No.
No, not
How,
the
yeah, no. Okay. Well, they get into it and how like the audition process goes and everything, and it's freaking crazy.
Really?
They take that stuff so seriously, but
Shout out the Dallas Cowgirls.
I
on,
liked
P Boiz.
it. I thought it was an interesting show because I'd never really like heard of them, to be honest. But yeah, that was, I guess, good exposure. And I think they're trying to get people to like audition. I think people were like not auditioning, so that's why they did the whole documentary.
Really?
That's just my theory.
People stopped auditioning. Huh?
No, that's just my theory because I
They
was
just
like,
weren't
they
getting the
just came out
talent
of
they
nowhere.
wanted.
What?
They weren't getting the talent they wanted.
Probably, and this probably like prompted some interest from people around the U.S. to audition, and you know they got cute outfits. They be
There you go.
You know,
Such cute outfits.
Yeah.
what is
I would
that
do
word?
it just for the outfits.
Yeah, you look great in that.
I think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite conspiracy? What's your
Yeah,
top
let's go down that
conspiracy?
rabbit hole.
Mandela effect is a conspiracy theory, right?
I guess
You'd say that.
Mandela effect. Isn't that where?
that we're living in a separate timeline.
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
the
right.
way why it's called that is because
Talk
I
about
guess
the frugal
when he was in
thing.
jail, Nelson Mandela, there was like a rumor that he had died, and so people were under the impression that he's dead, whatever. But then he's not dead, and he came out and he was freed, and then he became president. So that's kind of like they say that the timeline in which he was killed and what everyone remembers of him dying in prison, that's a different timeline than ours. So in that timeline, a lot of us remember different things. So, for instance, what's a good Mandela effect?
Like the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, the how it's like spelled or whatever, or what is that? The cornucopia thingy
Yeah,
for
Fruit of
Fruit
the
of Looms.
Loom.
Yeah, like that was apparently that's not it. That wasn't there. There's
Maybe
so
there's
many
a
others.
Mandela effect for who was behind 9/11. Like, there's a bunch of different. Yeah, I mean, there's all these different theories.
By 9/11.
Yeah,
There's a couple theories.
there's a
out
couple
there.
theories.
Yeah.
Do you have a 9/11 theory?
No, I don't.
All right.
I don't know. Like I remember the only thing I have in mind is like when people would tell me, I'd be like, no, I'm a millennial, and they'd be like, no, you're not, because the only way you could be considered a millennial is if you remember the turn of the millennium, so 2000, and if you remember 9/11 where you were. And I was like, I don't remember either one of those because I
Yeah,
was
I
a
don't
baby.
think you're a
I
millennial.
think, yeah, cutoff for millennial.
I'm technically Gen Z. I say zillennial because I have a lot of millennial, like,
influence.
yes. So, and like my top shows, music, all that is, all my memories kind of come from that.
Interesting.
But
Isn't millennial like 85 to 95?
it's 81 or 82 to 96.
Oh.
And I'm 97, so I just
you're
miss it
right
by
on the
like a
border.
thing. Yeah.
You're a millennial.
Yeah, he's
I'm smack dab in the middle.
you're
of it.
Gen Z.
I'm Gen Z.
Yeah, you're Gen Z,
Yeah,
so-
I'm totally Gen Z.
Yeah.
You're closer to Gen X than you are millennial.
When were you on the
What?
No,
I'm
just,
right in the
I know.
middle
I'm
of it.
saying your attitude though.
Close. Oh, as far as my disposition.
Yeah.
crying?
Kind of Gen X-y.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but the point is that I don't remember 9/11. So
Okay.
that's
That's fair.
yeah.
I do.
I don't either. But
I remember
I know who-
doing
I know
the.
It was
I know
pretty
who was-
pretty crazy time.
I know who
Let
was
me tell you,
behind
you little whippersnapper.
I know who was behind it.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same
It
guys
was
who
not.
are.
It was not the Palestinians.
No, it
put
was
that
not.
way.
What was I gonna say? There's another one. Wait, what? There was another one of like the electoral college and like how that works.
What
There's
the-
a conspiracy with that too. Like,
oh, I
they
thought you were
a
saying
group
there
of
was like
people-
another terrorist.
No,
attack.
no. I'm moving on from
Okay.
9/11. Moving on. No, but like the electoral college and how like they like these random people get like chosen and they go into a dark place to vote and things like that, and that's kind of how it works instead of using the popular vote. And so I thought that was interesting. My brother told me that, and I was like, oh wow, is that really how it works? Low-key, that is kind of how it works.
Interesting. Yeah.
Kind of.
The
I
electoral.
never looked into that.
Yeah, I don't know about that specifically. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true, but
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that lately.
The electoral college
No, just elections in general and how it's
selection fraud.
kind of, but also more so thinking about like everyone thinks they can trust the government because it's a democracy, like we allegedly choose, but I think the choice is made for us. You know what I mean? It's like they're like, oh, you could vote for this guy or that guy.
Yeah.
But it's like both choices have already been corrupted. So it's not really a choice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's usually just between Republicans and Democrats. It's not. We don't really have a real choice in the matter in terms of like if we want a third party, they're more likely to not get elected or things like that. So
Right. But even like just the names on the ballot have already been co-opted by corrupting forces.
by the man.
By the man. The men.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what happened with Bernie.
Yeah. And Bernie just did an Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, I
interview
saw that.
where he basically admitted that, I guess the Democrats are just as much of a threat to democracy as Trump.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
'Cause the
I
whole-
saw him at a rally at U of M.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bernie.
Did you feel the burn?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, him and AOC were there. It was pretty cool
Really?
at the time. Now I'm kind of just like,
Yeah, I guess.
That's how I'm feeling about a lot of politics.
Loses luster over time.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see that.
How do you feel about Mike Duggan running as the first nonpartisan governor for Michigan?
Who?
Mike Duggan.
Okay, thank God you said who because it took me.
You don't know who Mike Duggan is? Do you know who Mike Duggan is?
Isn't he
Just
the
look him
mayor
up.
of
I'm gonna
Detroit?
grab.
Yeah, he's mayor of Detroit.
Oh. Well, I mean, kind of.
What?
No, not really.
You don't know who he is?
No, I don't.
You don't know the mayor of
I
Detroit?
don't really follow
Oh,
local
man.
like politics. I really don't.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Well,
neither
Like
do I.
the extent of my knowledge of like Michigan and its people and political people, whatever, is
holy
like
shit.
Gretchen.
Big
Yeah,
Gretch.
Big Gretch.
Gretch.
She's kind of
Big
like the
Gretch.
extent. I love her. That's
all
it.
you know.
Kind of, yeah.
So he's running for governor of Michigan, but he's running as the first nonpartisan governor. So he's not running he's running independent.
But is he
Interesting.
gonna win?
I don't think so.
Maybe he
As the
should.
governor? I hope so. If he's running not affiliated with the party. I actually don't have any hopes.
Kind of the #1 Metro Detroit comedy podcast. No big deal.